Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
And welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this first Saturday in July.
Hot again.
Hot again. Yeah, you know.
It's a Daryl and Daryl show.
Some like it hot.
Yes, they do.
And we want to welcome y'all to the fastest 90 minutes in radio. And like I said, got the other co-host, my brother Daryl.
Good morning. Good
Hunter
morning.
Ed's guru, Mr. Gene
Fastest
Smith.
hour and a half on
and
radio.
on my right-hand side is the captain himself.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Larry Ray.
Larry Ray.
There you go.
Larry Ray is here with the episode.
He's the whisperer today.
Yeah,
I'm normally
he's the mic whisperer today.
I'm normally in the deer stand or the turkey blind, and it's always raining.
Yeah, we need to go out in the woods so it'll rain.
You know, we'll try this when it gets a little bit
I believe
later.
that's what his problem is. We've had him out in the weather so long, he's starting to mold and mildew.
Yes, yeah.
He's picked up something.
You think that mold is doing it, huh?
Could be.
Okay. Maybe that's why that Brian Thompson is not calling in, because he thinks he might get the epizootie.
Could be.
Me.
You know, we're supposed to.
You're going to fumigate your truck after we leave here, right?
No self-respecting germ live in my truck.
He makes me hold my head out the window.
You know,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so,
can't afford a Labrador.
We haven't been able to hook up with Brian Thompson. He's probably out giving somebody a ticket. I don't know, but busy times. The TWRA
busy time.
Right now.
We was trying to hook up with Major Brian Thompson to see how the fourth
went for
his
voting, and
usually
that's always a busy time, right?
Yeah, because that is one time where the officers, they spend a lot of nighttime hours on the water.
But we can also talk to Gene Smith, who's been over there telling us all sorts of insect information off the air.
Yeah, I've been doing some programs on insect because the kids, when I take them to the woods, don't normally see deer or raccoons or whatever, so they see a lot of insects.
Yeah.
So I've been giving them information about bugs.
All right, let's hear some of it.
All right, ladybug. You know, a ladybug plays possum just like a possum does. And because birds don't eat dead bugs just like we wouldn't eat dead meat on the road.
Yeah.
Birds, a ladybug will roll over and play dead.
Really?
And he also puts a scent out like a skunk does.
And so, and you talked about a grasshopper, too.
And the grasshopper, the grasshopper has his ears on his side, not on his head.
And something else has the cricket.
And the cricket has his ears on his front legs.
On his front legs. And, you know, in the Bible, if God would have put us like that, you know, it says that we all come together and our nose could have been underneath our armpit.
Of course,
you know, and that would have been a natural position for it. You know,
well, just look, way before glasses were built. Look where God put his ears and eyes.
Yeah.
See, God knew he was going to have glasses one day, so he put everything right in the right place.
But
I have no voice to top that. You know,
but
I mean,
in the last segment when we was talking to Wesley, and he was talking about his dad and granddad being woodwise. Kind of, you know. I thought about something here, you know, a week or so ago when I was camping up on Cordell Hull Reservoir.
Is that when the storm came?
That's when I tried to turn my camper into a duck blind.
Yes.
You know, with
if you missed that earlier in the show,
but my son-in-law's
tree fell on his camper.
Son-in-law's uncle, who lives in Las Vegas, who just retired from the Las Vegas Police Department.
Wow.
And they were, you know, coming through and making kind of a pilgrimage. They went to East Tennessee for several weeks and they were visiting stuff. But they camped with us a couple of days up there.
Well, that's a long way from Vegas.
And we was out walking one morning with, you know, his wife, and they had a little Jack Russell. She's taking on a walk. And, of course, it went over there to do his business. Yeah. And, of course, they have the little doggy bags you pick up after it. Well, he went over in the weeds and did his business. She walked over there to pick it up. I said, "Oh, by the way, that's poison ivy."
Oh, you were just kidding her.
No, you know, I said, "This is something you don't see in Nevada. This is poison ivy."
There's no poison ivy in Nevada.
And
you think there might not be any?
I've never seen any.
Well, I've never looked.
Seen a lot
really.
of sand, a lot of rock.
Sand and everything. All right, Gene, we've been through this whole show. We don't have Brian Thompson.
All right.
What do you have to tell us now?
Okay, we talked about golf off and on today.
Yeah.
And I had this, my brother, matter of fact, my brother Calvin.
All right.
He likes to play golf a lot, but his eyes is getting worse than mine. He can't see very well.
Okay.
So the guys he goes golfing with, they always tell him where the ball went so he can go knock it again, you know.
Right.
So one day he's out there waiting for the guys to show up. None of them showed up. He was getting kind of upset because, hey, you can't golf without looking where your ball is.
Right.
So this other gentleman, older than he was, he come up to us. What's the problem? He told him what the deal was. He said, hey, I got good eyesight. I said, I'll be glad to help you. He said, all right.
Okay.
So he gets up on the tee and hits that ball, pow, right down the fairway. The guy, he said, you see it? He said, yeah, I know it. I saw exactly where it was. So they went on down there and got to look. He said, well, do you know where it went? He said, no, my problem, I can't remember nothing.
Hit it again. There you go. There you go. All right, there it is. Hey, the TWRA Commission is meeting next week that we know is going to give some reports on chronic wasting disease. That's on the agenda. A little bit information about fishing, which they normally didn't used to meet in July.
No, usually didn't have a July meeting.
So they're going to be at Chattanooga for the first time, as they said, since 2015. And the commission will be meeting then and go over, as I said, the chronic waste disease, which, you know, we're in July and people say, well, it's there's really not a lot going on. This is a perfect time to get your equipment ready.
Yep.
And you've done that in the past for me.
Right.
Get your equipment ready for because what 2 months from the
Yeah, this is I did it the other day. This is the perfect time of year.
Yeah.
You know, because it's hot anyway. You know,
it is hot.
Sit down, go through your your gun storage.
Yes.
Take them out, wipe them down.
Yeah.
You know, make sure check everything. Make sure. No rust in the barrel and
because
stuff like that from after you're cleaning.
The dove season will be here,
right?
And of course, the squirrel season will be here before the dove season.
In fact, it'd be interesting this year. I think what'll be interesting, and you'll probably talk to Daniel on it, is this velvet hunt that they're going to have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, a 3-day
that's
window of opportunity.
Yeah, that's going to be. Is that I know that your quota hunt applications have to be in pretty soon in July, the 25th or something like that. It seemed like. But explain that to me. What is that going to be like?
I really hadn't done that much research in it, but it's something somebody expressed of interest in. There was a number of archers. It's going archery
only. Yeah.
You know, to have one to harvest a antlered deer with velvet.
In August.
It's like the last 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, of August.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Daniel about
which
that.
Which is pretty close to the first Saturday in September, you know, or you got about 3 or 4 more weeks there.
Yeah.
Before the regular bow season opens up the last Saturday of September.
I wonder if any other state does that.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure
we better get Daniel on to talk to Daniel Stanfield and maybe check up on something that long. But we were talking about safe boating, and this has been the extended holiday, so to speak, from with July 4th being in the middle of the week. Whether this is considered part of the July 4th holiday this weekend, which I think it is, since some people have actually taken off after the 4th and taken off the rest of this week rather than taking off last weekend and then taking off early in this week. So a lot of boaters out there, a lot of things going on.
And this is also the time of year that the West Tennessee WMA crews, they're out banding wood ducks.
Oh, I've done that before.
You're talking about hot work.
I've done that before.
I've done that too.
Yeah, and don't think that they don't take their work seriously, because they do, and they all know what kind of snakes or what kind of snakes.
Oh yeah,
and this hot weather like this. But this is wood duck banding time, and all you folks that seen those wood duck boxes.
And so my observations this year.
Yeah, what are you?
If what I've seen so far, I don't expect the poult crop to be very good.
No.
This year we've had a wet, kind of cool spring. In fact, I've only seen one hen with 4 poults.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of single hens.
Well,
but I've only seen one hen.
I told you I was
before.
driving through Garden Road at Shelby Farms, where my wife has a garden plot out there the other day, and about 5-6 feet away was the biggest tom I've ever seen in my life, with the beard dragging on the ground. But I don't think that I've even seen many young ones out there that I normally see. Now, I'm seeing lots of deer. I think the deer population is exploding in certain areas because of that early wet season that we had.
And I've noticed the oaks, because of the wet season,
What?
or to have a really
You think there'll
excellent
be
mass crop.
Okay, can you tell that right now, can't you?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. You can. The white oaks are just now starting to produce.
See, my water oak is not doing that yet, and I'm just wondering if that's.
Of course, the red oak crop
for
this year was set last year. It takes 2 years for the.
Oh, okay.
All right. And everything.
I hope you've learned a lot today. We've had a fun show, particularly talking fishing.
A lot of rabbits this year.
A lot of rabbits.
I've seen a lot of rabbits this year.
I've seen a lot of rabbits too. But let me tell you about next week's show.
Tell us about next week's show, Larry.
Let me find it on my list here. But Ron Wong will be at ICAST, as he said.
What's ICAST stand for?
International something or other. I don't know. It's ICAST. All I know. So
Ron talks fish.
Talks fishing, but they're all gathered there. It's kind of like the big shot show that they have for hunting and fishing. This is for hunting. This is for fishing. And it's huge, and Ron will be there with interviews, and we'll be talking to some of those. And, of course, John Gordon will be in to help us out. But go to lroutdoors.com, our website. Our good friend Guy Trebo is keeping us up to date, and he'll have a lot of pictures from Ron. I believe I can tell you that for a fact, that he will have pictures and maybe some interviews from down there. But that's all on next week's show. I want to appreciate you two guys coming in.
Yes, sir.
Dave,
Always a pleasure.
Good to see you back. Gene Smith has been back-to-back with Fifth Saturday last month. Appreciate Gene coming in here. And Greg Ratliff, as he closes out his tenure here on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
I'm fixing to leave and go break about 300 clay targets.
You are?
Registered shoot.
I'm just going to
drop
Henderson.
Them?
Yeah. Oh. That's the best way to do it.
On the back of his truck. Okay, Gene, do you have any closing words for us?
Any closing words? Well, one time I made a mistake of volunteering for the nursery at church for the babies, and I was having to change his diaper, and I noticed on the box it says 14 to 20 pounds. I said, you ought to change him before it gets that heavy. They start stinking.
Oh, there we go. That's a good way to end this thing. Hey, this is Larry Ray. Remind you, it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else?
God bless the USA.